What's up, Headless Horde? Dan. Bro. You're welcome on that pirate, bro. Did you see the price differences? Dude, it's like, what a huge difference. It's like double the price. That's all good, though, bro. I'm glad I can help you. I have 3 packs I'm opening in the live tonight, anyways. So maybe I'll get lucky. I was selling some epics on drop, and I'm like, what are the prices of these legendaries? Holy hell, dude. That pirate's like $180. But it's all good, brother. What's going on, everybody? We're gonna do some tier rankings of these Disney Plus shows, and because we're probably not getting anything, I would say probably for at least a year from now. It may even be longer than that. So we'll kind of have to wait and see. But couple little show notes. I dropped my video yesterday on the NFT drop. It did pretty well. I've since traded both of my legendaries I pulled. And I actually just finished the royalty tonight on that. So, and I still have 3 packs left. I actually have a pack up and a waffle. I don't know if anyone in the chat is interested. I know Poppin's already in it. There's 4 spots left. It is $3 a spot, or you can buy 2 spots for $5. And if we can fill that, we can probably run that tonight at the end. So if you're interested, let me know in the chat, or text me or message me on Instagram or whatever. And if you're at all interested in getting into that the duck race or whatever, we can run that tonight. So again, there's 4 spots left. So let me know. What else is going on? What's going on? Saturday. I'm not sure if I know most of you guys probably are not returning registration people for San Diego Comic-Con, but those tickets are up. So if you did go last year, or you at least had a ticket last year, those tickets are up on Saturday at noon. I will be live at 11:30, and we're going to hopefully we can get lucky again, and it'll be I don't even know how many years in a row we've been. I mean, we missed 2 because of COVID, but we've been every year, I think, since 16. So 16, 17, 18, 19. And then the last 2. So six straight years we've been lucky enough to go. So hopefully that luck continues on the live. So we'll be live 11:30 a.m. and that's Eastern on Saturday. And then we'll be back live next Wednesday. The duck race is so... I have a waffle up in the Horseman Discord group, and there's 4 spots left. It's for a standard pack, and those are going for about $17 right now on drop. I think they're a little bit cheaper on wax, but you can get 1 spot for $3 or 2 spots for $5, and there are 4 spots left. So 6 out of the 10 have been taken. So we're just trying to fill it up, and I can send that pack off tonight, to the winner if we can fill that. So. I think besides that, I'll have a video probably dropping Friday. I've dropped the video every day this week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then today's live. And then tomorrow it'll probably be kind of going back and re-editing these thumbnails. I haven't done any thumbnails today. I just got to take a break. I've been knocking out about 15 to 20 videos a day. It's been a struggle, but we'll get there. Again, at this point, I think that's my main issue, because I'll be honest with you, man. If YouTube comes back to me in January when I can reapply to be monetized, if they come back and say that that's not even the problem, I am at a loss, because I don't understand. I've literally deleted all the videos, or most of the videos that I dropped after monetized. Oh my gosh, that was a stupid word. After being monetized, I pretty much deleted them, and I have them. I'm tweaking them, and I'll re-drop them probably. But honestly, the problem is like when you drop videos on certain content, like people don't care. Like I had thousands of views on a Balon Skull video, and I don't even know if that video was an issue. It might have just been the thumbnail, but I was trying to do anything just to appease YouTube, basically, and I don't know, man. It's so cryptic and it's so frustrating. So at this point, I've already replaced all of my Willow live breakdowns, thumbnails. I've replaced Rings of Power, content that basically no one's going back to watch, at this point. I'm currently working on my House of the Dragon. I think it's ready to go. I just got to upload them. I don't know. It's just weird. But anyways, beside that, yeah, we're just kind of just doing what we do, and we'll see what happens in January. So my Twin Peaks stuff, I'm kind of holding off on it now because I really don't want to drop it until I feel like it could be a big hit or it could be a big miss. It just really depends. But I know there's not that many channels out there that even do Twin Peaks stuff anymore because again, it's an old show, hasn't even been on television, for 7 years at this point again. But I know there's a couple people I do follow, and once in a while they do drop videos and they do pretty well on them. So I really want to make it a really good documentary too. I want to make it good. So anyways, all right, I'm gonna bring on. Before I bring on Ryan, if you're interested in the waffle, just let me know in the chat, or like I said, you can message me, and we can maybe run that tonight. And then at the end of the live, I think I'm going to open up these last couple packs I have as well. Maybe I can try to hit something. So, all right. So let's bring on Mr. Ryan Milky. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just flopping my stupid headphones.
He picked up his headphones and they broke because he was so excited to go live tonight.
No, first of all, my washing machine broke, and then I came through all annoyed, and I must have sat down too hard or too annoyed, and I must have done something because they're broke.
Yeah.
But they still work. They're just
All right, so we have a tier list tonight.
Epic.
And I just want to say what's up going on in chat real quick before we start here. Umpty's in the house. Dan, I just saw your comment. Yeah, so like I traded Dan yesterday. We were working, and like I like the pirate one. I'd have no problem with the night one because so if you watched my video, I think you said you watched it, Ryan. So I pulled the gun. No, I'm sorry. I pulled the ninja and the pirate and the grail, and I traded the ninja for the gunslinger because it looked like Cad Bane to me. And the ninja, I'm like, okay, it's cool, but like I would rather have that. And then Dan, he made a couple comments on my video, and so he gave me a few epics, and then also the knight, because again, I'm thinking Game of Thrones, right? And I traded him the pirate for that, so I know he was happy about that. So
nice.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's good to get the community working together to fix things. It was a great video you did. I watched yours and Jeremy's back to back because Jeremy did like double grails. He got like 2 grails and a couple of legendaries.
Did you really? Nice.
Yeah. And then I watched yours, and yours was great too. And I was like, awesome NFT content. Like, usually it's common, uncommon.
Yeah. I know, right? I know, and it was so cool too because the video really. I mean, if you take away that first pack, I mean, it was still good. I still hit the 2 legendaries, but I hit the grail like it was like the 3rd or 4th card pulled, and I was like, let's go. Yeah, that was a nice way to start it, So let's see. Let's pull this up. Now, there's only, unless I'm missing something, I believe there's only 14 shows that we're actually going to be ranking here. I changed up the ranking system just a little because there are a couple. I know we had talked. There was a couple we haven't seen, and then we have. So we put epic, good, meh, terrible, and then we just haven't seen it. And we'll kind of go. We'll start. We'll kind of do the same thing we did. We'll start that back here with visions, and we'll work our way back this way. So, and again, I know, if we both haven't seen it, we'll probably mark it as haven't seen. If one of us have seen it, we'll just go with that ranking as well then. And then, because obviously, it won't make sense to put it under haven't seen if one of us did see it. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So you want to start with visions? I'll let you go ahead and start with this one. Did you even watch this?
I'm not 100% sure if I did. I've seen Can you quickly remind me of what it is?
So Visions was the one that was created by different, almost anime or animation people over like in Japan. I think it was Japan. And
they only saw the first episode.
Yeah. So and there's 2 seasons of this. So it's hard to rank it because I'm like with you. I really liked the very first one I watched, and like as I'm watching season one, I thought they got worse and worse. Like the one episode, I thought I was watching Pokemon.
Wow.
It just wasn't even as good as Pokemon, and it was weird. I didn't even watch
I'm gonna go
season.
with haven't seen. I can't give a rating on it.
Yeah,
I don't know it.
I mean, I watched the first season. I did not like it. I was not really a big fan of it. Season two, I didn't watch at all. So, I mean, again, it's tough to rank because I didn't like the first season, so I didn't even bother with the second season. Um, Maybe we can let chat kind of decide where this is going to go. Do you guys want? What do you guys think in the chat? Did you guys end up watching this at all? Because, like I
Yeah, let me
said,
know.
yeah, I don't know. It's tough. We can always come back to it as well. Because I didn't watch season two because I didn't like season one. So for me, I mean, I guess I would probably put it under terrible. I don't know. I
Well,
mean,
I don't know if we
I
could
don't know.
be.
I didn't. I
Are
just
we being fair by giving it a terrible if we haven't genuinely seen it? Like,
well, I did see it. But there's a reason why I didn't watch season two because I thought season one was terrible, and I didn't hear. I heard worse things about season two than I did season one. So but again, that's hearsay, I guess, for season two.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm happy
it's
to put
a
it on haven't seen.
it's a tough one because, like I said, I did enjoy the first episode. I thought the animation was pretty cool, but I was expecting that. I guess maybe I was expecting that the whole time, and at that point, I
Yeah.
was I kind of checked out.
Poppin says he hasn't seen it, and Quickjaw says meh.
So you say meh over terrible? I mean, let's put it this way: I would never sit down and watch it again, and I would never watch
Yeah.
season two because I just don't.
I'm not going back and watching it. So
Yeah, I'm moving to terrible because I think it's awful.
okay,
It's just
your life, dude.
to me it's it's unwatchable again. I don't know. All right, let's do the next one. We have what we got here. We have these icons. I try to make them as square as possible. I believe that we have Clone Wars next. So I'll let you begin with Clone Wars. What do you think about Clone Wars?
Dude, it's epic. Of course, it's the personification of animated Star Wars and where it began and where it belongs. I think that everything that's come after it has just tried to be a carbon copy of what that was. They tried to give us, you can't go back and give us Order 66 again, although they did do that kind of stuff in
Yeah.
Ahsoka, and that's why we'll get onto that a little bit later. But yeah, for me, it was epic. I'd sat down and watched a couple of animated shows in the past before I'd watched Clone Wars, and none of them were of the franchise of Star Wars. They were, Full Metal Alchemist and Attack on Titan. So completely different stories. But this one pulled me in because I already know what was going on through the main story. And yeah, just epic. I absolutely adore Clone Wars and its animation style.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, they go back and they revisit things that we already kind of knew that happened. At least later in the seasons, they do, and it just makes it even that much better. And then obviously we get introduced to kind of a whiny little girl Jedi who ends up becoming one of everyone's favorite characters in Star Wars. Although we've depending upon how you feel about season one of Ahsoka, but the character's awesome in Clone Wars. That's for sure.
Yeah, for me, the true embodiment of Ahsoka lives in the Clone Wars series, not in the follow-on shows with live action. I feel like Ahsoka belongs in the animation world. But also, the Clone Wars has a connection to me on a personal level as well through watching it with you and having the reactions that we had and having those recorded and on our channels for people to watch over and over. I think if I ever got the chance to go back or wanted to go back and watch Clone Wars, I'd probably just go watch our reactions because of the funny things that came up, like Chops and things like that,
Which Chops was on Rebels though, but yeah, I know what you're saying though.
It came from there, didn't it? Rebels is just a continuation of what we were doing with Clone Wars. It started with the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think we both agree. Epic is there.
Yeah, I think it'll be top spot all the way for me.
All these ads that this website has, it's so annoying. Like I try to skip the one, and now this one down here, so annoying. Oh, here's the little thingy. Okay. So all right, next one is It looks like Bad Batch. Now I know for you haven't really seen it, right?
Yep, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched every episode. I just found myself not caring. I really just don't care. It doesn't really hold my interest. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but I definitely would have it at the very, very end of meh. There's a couple good episodes here and there, but overall, it just doesn't do anything for me. I almost wish it was more about like, yeah, like Rex and Cody and some of the characters that we actually knew instead of them trying to come up with brand new characters, and part of the thing that we did skip in Clone Wars was in season 7 was the first 4 episodes, which basically introduces and almost force feeds us these clones, and then we're supposed to like want to follow them, through.
And is the premise that they have a faulty chip so that the order wouldn't work for them? Is that correct?
Yeah, so most of them do, and then there's one character who the chip ends up getting reactivated, and that's kind of like what kind of moves season 2 the whole story. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, again, it's meh for me. I'll never ever go back and watch it. I just I kind of watch it just because I want to make sure there's anything that important that they bring up. It's cool. You see Cad Bane a little bit. You see a young Fennec Shand. And I mean, but beside those little small cameos, and I think even Boba Fett's in there, like a teenage Boba Fett, which is cool, but like it's so random and just doesn't hold my attention. I don't know. It's not, to me. It's not even close to what Clone Wars and what Rebels were or was. So
Yeah.
all right, next one is Tales of the Jedi. So this was season 1, obviously, and this was what was it, like 6 or 8 episodes? I can't remember now. It was like 6 or 8 episodes, and they were like little mini episodes. They're like 12 minutes long, 11 minutes long. I think the one was only like 9 minutes long, and So for me, I mean, I tell you what, man. I mean, for me, this was epic. I loved it. I love seeing like Yaddle, and you actually get some character development in Yaddle. You get to see a young Dooku and with a young Qui-Gon Jinn. Absolutely amazing. I've watched it all the way through a couple times already, and I can't wait for season 2. So for me, I would put that in the epic range. And I know we did a breakdown a while back with this one too. What do you think?
I think it's good. I wouldn't say it's epic. It's not really giving us much more that it's going to follow on with the stories. I just feel like it's good in its own right, and I like the design of the animation. It looks cool, but like, did we really need to know about Yaddle and all that kind of stuff? Does that really empower the story going forward and all that? I don't know. It just, for me, it lacked any real Star Warsness. It was just really filling in a lot of holes. I still enjoyed it, but expanding on the story, I don't think it did.
See, I think it gave us a lot of details back. Like it shows why Dooku, ends up flipping. I mean, you could tell, like when he was younger, that that's why Qui-Gon Jinn was so always questioning the Jedi Order, is because Dooku was his master. It kind of stinks that we never got to see those two on screen together. Now granted, was Dooku created after Qui-Gon? Chances are he probably was, but the way they set it up was, I don't know. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, I'd say it was in good, and you'd put it at the bottom of epic. So I'm cool where it is.
Okay, I mean, Dan's saying good, so we can bounce it down to the top of good. Okay. Next one is Star Wars Resistance. This takes place after the Rise, or actually, I think this might be is Rise, or no, I think this is called Star Wars Resistance. I think it takes place in between episode. I'm pretty sure it's between episodes 7 and 8, I believe. I don't really know. I've never watched it. I don't even like the anime. I never. I don't think you haven't watched it either. You just said
nope. No, neither's Quick Draw.
Yeah, I really don't have any desire to watch it. Maybe if The Last Jedi was better, maybe there'll be some reason. And I know like Poe's in it a little bit, and I know Ray's in it a little bit, but they're not even the main characters. It's about like a whole different group of characters with some of the ones that we know from the Force Awakens that come in. I guess maybe BB-8 is in it quite a bit. But it's weird because if it takes place between 7 and 8, at the end of 7, we see Rey on the planet with about 2 already. So it's really strange. I mean, I don't know. I don't.
And this also has connections with Ahsoka because of the General Lee guy that's on the panel that's having a go at Hera all the time. Yeah. His father, or he was the father of one of the kids in the show Star Wars Resistance.
Okay. So I mean that makes sense. But again, I'm trying to maybe it takes place like, because now I'm trying to think like how could it take place?
I've got a little thing up on my phone here. It says, "Truly a kid show at heart, Star Wars Resistance told the story of a small band of Resistance fighters around the events of the sequel trilogy. While colourful with a 2D style of animation, not often seen in American TV these days, Resistance suffered from being intended for a younger audience. Its writing was simplistic at times, and the characters were loud and even grating."
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably never watch it. Yeah, so I don't really, I just don't care.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Star Wars Rebels. So where would you put this one?
Epic, dude.
And then would you have that before or after Clone Wars? What do you think?
After Clone Wars.
So you still like Clone Wars better, huh?
Yeah, Clone Wars was the expansion on my favorite trilogy in the Star Wars franchise. It was the prequels. It was the stuff that I grew up with. It was the stuff that I loved. And yeah, it just filled in those holes, and I knew all the characters in it basically. And then Rebels was a completely different story with a completely different ragtag of, criminals or groups or friends that you would want to call them, rebels, of course. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I just think it connects, but it doesn't connect to the Skywalker story as much as it could do, Ahsoka's really the only connection there, and that's about it.
Yeah, so, man, I see Dan saying good. See, I think Rebels might be the best Disney show that we've gotten, and the reason why I say that, and I understand, but like look at the lore we have with that now. Like, I mean, we have Ahsoka, we have Mandalorian that's already built in those characters. So I like it because it was a new batch of characters, and then then they bring in like Rex and they bring in Ahsoka from Clone
Wars. All those were in Clone Wars. They didn't come from
Rebels. Right, but they brought them in to help like just kind of help those characters along a little bit and kind of link everything together. Where Clone Wars, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Clone Wars. I mean it's amazing, but I still think going back and after rewatching everything, I still like Rebels better overall because it's the way they've developed the brand new characters, and they didn't really have to. I mean, we see Ahsoka briefly at the end of season 1 a little bit, and then she's gone at the end of season 2, and we don't even see her again to the finale. And so I mean, they kind of brought her in to kind of just help and link the two together. But I just think they did a heck of a job. Like the Inquisitors, I thought were awesome. That was a great development. We see Vader at, maybe, I mean, I guess he's supposed to be at his prime, I mean.
But you're kind of twisting my arm around a little bit because thinking on it, I do have to put a prefix on. I only watched the best episodes of Clone Wars to get me to Rebels, because that was what you gave us as the structure of how to watch it. We did miss some episodes, and I remember in the comments of the videos that people wanted me to go back and watch the entire thing. So I'm probably going to have to go with you and say Rebels is better than Clone Wars, because I haven't actually seen all of Clone Wars. I've just watched the good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I think there's more filler overall. Like there's like those little missions. Like we even saw it with some of the arcs. Like, the one mission, it was like what, a 3 or 4 part episode or arc, and I can't remember the name of it now, but it was the one where like first we see Anakin in space, and then the next episode continues it, and then we get the Anakin episode, and then finally at the end of that we get the Mace Windu episode. Like for me, it was cool to see those characters, but for me that's all filler.
That was Ryloth.
The Ryloth arc, right? Yeah. So for me that was kind of almost all filler, where like the good stuff was with like Asajj Ventress and
Yeah.
Barriss Offbeat when we finally got to get her in there, and the Mortis arc. But again, there was a lot of different. There was definitely more different arcs that didn't make one long stretched out story. Where Rebels, yes, they have their arcs, but I feel like the character development is natural for those characters. Where like again, because Clone Wars, we're only dealing with a couple of years really when you think about it, because we're well, I guess is what 5 years in between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I'm
But
just trying to think how natural would have Ezra's growth been if he had never come into contact with Maul, because Maul had never come across from Clone Wars to Rebels. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wonder how different he would have been. So it's that's probably another video for another day.
No, wait, because now I'm getting confused. So wait, was the Night Sisters that? No, that was in Clone Wars, Night Sister stuff.
Yeah,
and
Sarge Ventress and his
brother and Savage Opress. Okay, that was all Clone Wars.
That's why the Clone Wars scale usually tips heavier for me, because of all that stuff.
That stuff was awesome. That stuff was awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I have them pretty much on par. But like, if someone said you can only watch one more for the rest of your life,
I'd watch Rebels.
I would watch Rebels too. I think I would. It's not
shiny and it's colorful.
Again, it's not saying that Clone Wars is I mean, you're talking like 1A and 1B. That's how close it is. So, all right. So next one on the list is the original Clone Wars, which was a 2D show, and this is done quite a while back. I've never watched this. I never went back and watched it because it was decanonized. So, I mean, one of these days I'll have to go do it, I guess. But I never watched it, and I think you said you watched some of it, didn't you?
Yeah, it's meh. I can't get past the animation style. No matter how much I love the story and I love the way the characters and I kind of understand where it's going to go, I just can't get past the animation style. It jars my eyes. Because
it's totally different than like the storylines, right? The storylines they're not even close. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Again, I've never seen that one, so I think it's on Disney Plus though. All right, we're about we'll be halfway done. We have 2 epic, 1 good, 2 meh, 1 terrible, and 1 we both haven't seen. Next one is Mando season 3. Now, Mando, I broke down to 3 seasons. And the reason why I decided to do that is because I think there are 3 completely different grades here. So Mando season 3, we see Bo-Katan a lot. We see the destruction of the Darksaber. We see the supposed death of Grand Moff Gideon, and we see a lot of stuff that they copied from earlier shows. Hence the Kanan Jarrus / Grogu move. And I don't know. For me, I just did not like season 3. And it's tough because there's enough in there, I think, to like in the first couple episodes. But I also think like the middle of the season was garbage. But overall, I probably would still put it as meh. And I would have to put it, I would watch it way more than The Bad Batch. Although I probably will never sit there and watch season 3 again. So I probably would put it at the top of meh, but it's not, to me, it's still not even closely good. And what do you think?
Well, I picked up my beer while you were talking about it because it made me depressed thinking about it.
I know.
Season 3 of Mandalorian is terrible. Season 3 of Mandalorian for me was the start of the downfall for the Mandalorian franchise in a whole. I don't think it'll ever recover from it. I feel like, and I'll have these comments again for another show later on, but I feel like the Mandalorian lost its way. This is the way. Lost its way after maybe the second season, because it just doesn't feel like the Mandalorian show anymore. It feels like it's a mishmash of all these characters that we don't quite know what to do and where to fit them into, and we're just going to throw them in and do stupid storylines and hope that they gel by the end of the season. Moff Gideon was an absolute badass of a character, and they just ruined him with this suit and the connection with Snoke and the clones and all this kind of stuff. I just didn't understand it, and yeah, for me, it's terrible. I'm sorry.
All right, so Umpty says meh, and Quick says terrible. Wow, it's tough for me to put that after Bad Batch because it's so meh. Like, wow, okay. Well,
Milo and Jack.
I'll throw it in here, but I mean, I'm hard pressed to believe that's worse than this. But I didn't see it, so. But it's I guess if we're ranking it, it's hard because you have animation and live action, so it's a little harder to do a ranking like this.
Well,
Um,
I would put the 2D above. Sorry to cut you up. I would put the 2D above Mandalorian season 3 because there's a chance that one day I might go and watch that. There is no
okay,
chance I will ever watch Mando season 3 ever again.
okay,
So
fair enough. Fair enough. Yep, makes sense. All right. We got what we got next here. Season three is the one I sold my NYCC Mando with Pisto. Yeah, but dude, that's from Mando season one. Yeah,
and Empty says Grogu became more huge than they were expecting, and that's what changed it. Yeah, maybe.
yeah. I mean, Grogu doesn't do anything. You know, we see the last time we see him was Book and Boba. In Grogu's go back to Mando, and he doesn't do anything. Like Grogu literally does nothing in season three, except for use the Kanan Jarrus's force, whatever you call it, force shield or whatever. So, which I don't know why they did that honestly, but all right, next one up is Mando season two. So Mando season two. So you want to go ahead and start this one off?
Yeah, quickly give me a rundown of what we see in season 2 again.
So I can remind you what season two is.
Yeah, so what, like some of the main key factors that happen.
Yeah, so season two
Just to
starts
read you
off.
through.
You have the Frog Lady and all that. We get introduced to Bo-Katan and her
Was it
group.
the spice story and all that stuff?
No, because the spice stuff was Book of
Oh,
Boba.
okay.
We get introduced to Boba Fett though, very briefly, and then we get the amazing Ahsoka episode with Morgan on the planet where she meets Grogu, and then we get the Boba Fett episode. We get the really good episode with Bill Burr, and then
Oh
we get
yeah, the
yeah
train scene. Yeah,
yeah the train, and then or not the train, but it's more like those shuttles that they're bringing in, and then we get the then we get the Luke Skywalker at the end of it.
yeah. I would say, oh, the Luke. Oh, of course, the Luke Skywalker scene. Um, yeah, dude, I'd be hard pressed to put that at the top of good.
So that's where you would put it, top of good.
Yeah, yeah, top of good.
Yeah. See, for me, that would put that in epic. Um,
I
just
have a reason why it's not an epic because the next one will go there.
see, I think Mando season two is probably the best live Star Wars we've gotten. The Ahsoka episode all the way to the end. Like I thought they were all really good episodes. Like that Bill Burr episode is so underrated. I think most people underrate it because you went from like um, you go from you get Ahsoka and Boba Fett, and then you're like, oh, this is like a random mission. But Bill Burr makes that episode so well, and
Oh
that's
yeah,
when we kind of see Boba Fett kind of fly off at by himself. The worst thing about that season is that Razor Crest gets exploded. That for me that was the worst part because I love that ship.
yeah,
Um, but beside that, yeah, I mean, I would put that in epic. Let's see, Dan.
yeah. I have season 2 in good and season 1 in epic. Season 1 of Mandalorian pulled me in. I absolutely loved it. I loved the music choices. I loved the design. I loved the cowboy theming. I loved everything about it. And then it kind of lost its way going forward after season 1. I feel
Wow, man, I thought season two was so much better than season
it
one.
was great. I loved it, but I just feel like it wasn't the same.
I thought season one was kind of almost it had season one to me reminded me of an older show where it had that underlying running storyline, but then each episode kind of had its own storyline, and they were heavy on the bounty part. Him bringing in certain people, and then
Yeah,
finally, at the end, they kind of hooked it all together. Because again, you see Moff Gideon. What is it? The end of like you only see him. I think he's only in like twice. You see him
mm-hmm.
kind of early on, and then you don't see him again until he raises the dark saber, and then that was awesome. And then it's so funny, man. You use that as your finale, your last scene you see in season one, and then you end it with season three with the dark saber being destroyed, and like for what reason? Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I wouldn't say it was. I wouldn't say it was better than Rebels. So if you're going to put it in Epic, it would be at the bottom of Epic. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I would. That's what I was thinking because I'm looking at everything else, and I don't see anything else personally. I don't think anything else is going to go up in Epic. And when I first was thinking about when we were going to talk about do this, I kind of thought those three would be up there. I'm kind of shocked that you thought season 1 was better. I really do. I mean, I could definitely move it down. Dan said 1 for sure, 2 could be good, but I think we have it at the back end. It's good. Okay, so season 1. So you would have that in Epic then?
Yeah, and I'd have that in Epic, but before season 2 and just before. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the middle of Rebels and season 2.
So you would have it there.
Yeah, that's my perfect Epic.
I would have it. I would have it here. I would have it in the front and good because it's not. I don't think it's better than season 2. At the end of season 1, had you hyped for season 2? Yeah, I know it did. But I just think that season 2 is just a better story. I think it
Did you have
moves.
the same epic feeling at the end of season 2 going into season 3? Like,
Yeah, dude, you get Luke
the Luke
Skywalker.
scene. Yeah, but did you genuinely think you were going to continue with Luke? Or we all knew
Well,
it was
dude,
just a cameo and it wasn't going to continue. They'd spent so much
No,
money on
I
it.
figured they're going to do something, and we get them right. We get them in the next series. But Book of Boba started like what? Not even a month later. I don't think. I think it was almost immediate that we ended up getting Book of Boba Fett next.
It was, yeah. I think it was pretty much straight after.
Pretty straight after. And luckily Luke was in that because that's what kind of saved that series because really Book of Boba Fett wasn't that good either.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. Lousy. Okay.
This is your tier list, so feel free to move things around. But
Well, what I might do is I'll kind of keep it and then I'll just make some adjustments to like how I would have this whole thing because there's a lot different here. Here's what we'll do. I'll throw this here so that way it kind of hooks in both of us because I would have it here. Okay. So that way I'll just have a bump down and we'll keep it like that. All right, next one is Kenobi. I mean, I don't know if there was a show that was announced that I was more hyped for than Kenobi. And I mean, this was just an epic failure all the way across the board. It was too much young Leia, although I thought she was really good and might have been one of the strongest parts of the show. I just thought it was too much. I almost felt like it was the young Leia show. It was a young Leia and Reva show. And Kenobi was just
a Disney show that concentrates and focuses on the female lead characters.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Kenobi was just there to fight Vader a couple times, and it was just a weird choice what they did. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough because would I rather sit there and watch the entire thing of Kenobi or Mando season 3? Yeah. Boy, oh boy, that's tough.
For me, there's some fantastic visual shots within Kenobi.
Yeah, but
still I will give it that. I know.
It just seemed so small.
On the hindsight and on the premise when we got the news, I was like you. I was, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. Ewan McGregor's coming back to reprise his role. Nothing better. And then they just absolutely doo-dooed all over it. I feel like it was an idea that was maybe 5 or 6 years too soon. Maybe if they'd put this on the back burner and sorted out what they were doing with the Disney franchise and the Star Wars and all this stuff and getting a real grip and a hold of someone genuine that wants to take it forward and then give them the big shoes like Kenobi to fill and to make a show because they ruined it. Like, it was about Kenobi. We have the same premise with Ahsoka. The show's called Ahsoka and she doesn't feel like the main character.
Yeah.
Kenobi was called Kenobi and he didn't feel like the main character. So, yeah, I would have to say meh at the top of meh.
So in front of Bad Batch?
Yeah.
I mean, I still think it's more watchable than Bad Batch. And, dude, it's just that Reva character. Just if they would have not had Reva and they could have just let the fifth brother and the Grand Inquisitor just do her role, like I just don't understand why they had to bring this character in. It ruined so much of it. And then, like I said, I think the young Leia was just a little too much. Because like you never get that impression in New Hope that Obi-Wan Kenobi and Leia like knew each other that well. Like, I mean, there's some scene, like there's some parts, yes, you can she's really excited. But man, oh man, like nothing ever, I don't know. I just think they could have toned it down a little bit, I guess. But
So am I wrong here by saying why couldn't young Leia have been in Ahsoka? Would she have not been? Yeah, how old would she have been? They could have had the actress that played young Leia
in Ahsoka.
In Ahsoka, could they not? How old was she supposed to be in Ahsoka?
Ahsoka takes place like many years after the Death Star blows up. Leia's old.
That little girl wouldn't be a little girl anymore. Surely she'd look like a teenager now.
Yeah, but that little girl, what is she? She can't be older than like 15 at this point. I mean, we could look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just.
I mean, she was probably born.
If you're gonna have it all in the Kenobi show, maybe it's just timing difference. Then I get it, but
I mean, I don't know what she looks like now. The chances of her looking like. I mean, Kenobi came out last year, dude. So she's probably really young.
Okay, yeah.
So Vivian Lara Blair. Yeah, dude, she was born in 2012. So she's 11. Yeah, she's 11 years old right now.
Okay.
Yeah, she just turned 11. Yeah, that definitely won't work. Yeah. Yeah, she was probably 7 or 8 in that show. Or maybe.
So do you agree with Kenobi being in there?
What'd you say?
Do you agree with me with Kenobi being where it is in there?
Yeah, I mean, I would watch it over Bad Batch, I guess, if you want to play it out that way. But I mean, for me, I don't think I'll ever watch it again. I would almost put it in terrible, to be honest with you. But I probably would put Bad Batch in terrible too, because I really don't like that either.
Yeah, and we are going off the Disney versions of these. I have actually seen a fan-made edit of Kenobi. I think it was the Patterson cut, I want to say.
Oh, is that the one that he cuts out Reva and all that?
Yeah, literally all of Reva and all of the bad stuff is cut out, and the music's changed, and some of the scenes are changed. Yeah, and I must say, it's actually fantastic that way. So
it's better.
Google it.
Yeah, there's only so much you can still do with that because of the way they made Kenobi as a character in it. But yeah, it's definitely better. But it's a long cut. It's like 3 hours or something.
Yeah.
But you are getting the whole entire series in 3 hours, but so we did cut out a lot of the crap.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have Book of Boba. I'll let you start. I'll let you go ahead and start this one.
Okay, so for me, Book of Boba holds the same premise that Mandalorian kind of adopted in the end. I feel like it was good that we were getting it, and I absolutely love the acting that we got from Tamora Morrison, but it wasn't the Book of Boba show. It was everything else. Everyone else was running around doing crazy stuff and crazy stories, and then he would just show up at the end of a scene just to show, oh, hey guys, don't forget this is my show, or he'd ride in on a bantha or something like that, and he looked badass, but I just didn't feel like it was his show at all, and that's kind of what happens with The Mandalorian later on in the seasons. I'm going to have to put this in good, but at the bottom of good.
Wowzers. All right. I hated it. I just hated it. It just wasn't that good. I liked the last 3 episodes, and the first episode was okay because you didn't know where it was going, but they focused all on that spice thing. Like you're telling me you couldn't have come up with something better? Like there had to not have been something better to come up with. I mean, honestly, dude, if those 2 episodes in there with Luke and Grogu and Ahsoka, if those 2 episodes are not in there, dude, this would be garbage. It might be the worst thing they've done. That's the only reason why is because, and then quick, I see what you're saying. I understand. Dude, Boba Fett and Luke Skywalker are probably my 2 favorite characters in Star Wars. And why? Because
why does the whole franchise connect to Boba Fett so much when he didn't really do anything?
But he was so mysterious, and they made him so cool, and that was I think that was one of the big things with that character. And when he came back in Mando, dude, it was cool, man. It was really cool.
It was epic.
It was great. And you're like, oh man, how did he survive? Like even the way they showed him survive, I thought was cheesy. Like it was just a close up camera of him in some dirt, and firing a blaster. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What would I do? I don't know. I mean, I've never been inside of a Sarlacc pit, so I don't really know what it looks like. But I feel like you could have come up with something a little better than that. You know, I don't know. For me, this would probably be under meh, and I probably would put it at the top.
The top of meh and mine was at the bottom of good, so it's close.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I still think it's better than Kenobi overall, which is so unfortunate. You know, I
do believe it's better than Kenobi.
Yeah, I mean, so do I, and it sounds like Dan probably does too.
Well, he says after Clone Wars, so he says the bottom of meh.
Oh, he thinks it's so. The writing was horrible. Yeah, and then you had the kids on the Fast and Furious bikes. That was horrible. The whole modding thing was stupid. I don't know. So he's saying at the bottom. I don't know. I still think it's better than Kenobi. I mean, I would watch Book of Boba before I watch Kenobi, probably. So it's close. It really is. All of these shows, honestly, that we have here, these could literally all be in the terrible range for me too. But yeah, it's tough. All right, we got 2 left. The next one's Andor. Now, you said you never watched it, right?
I haven't seen it, but it pains me to say that because I want to have an opinion on it, and that's why it will be my next Star Wars show that I watch.
Yeah.
And I may even record myself watching every episode because I'm interested in it.
It's just, talk about just something I just don't care about. And you don't have anything with the Force. It's just, I don't know. Like, again, it's about a character that I really just don't care about. Like, we saw what he did in Rogue One, and that was good. He was good enough in Rogue One. And Rogue One's a great movie, but Rogue One is a great movie because of 2 things. Because we have Darth Vader, and we have Jyn Erso, who is a great character. And even K2SO was a pretty good character. But the rest of the cast, it was meh. And this show was so boring to me. I just didn't care. There's a couple episodes where they're in this prison, and which is probably the best part of the season. And you see them kind of building what you can tell is going to be parts of like Death Star, that's the cool part of the show. Beside that, everything else is garbage. And they introduce all these characters. I literally couldn't tell you anyone's character name except for Andor. Like, that's it. For me, it's terrible, and I would put that at the bottom of terrible because I'd probably watch Visions over this. If not at the bottom, in between. I don't know.
So I was listening, but I was listening with only one ear because I want to have my own opinion on it, and I really think I'm going to enjoy it because I've been told it's very political and it's very grounded in the story that it tells. So I'm interested in it.
Enjoyed it, but I wouldn't watch again. I'm rewatching Andor, and it's the only one I have known. Didn't get much love, but it's my favorite on here.
Wow.
I just don't know why. I've
heard many contrasting opinions. So
it is, dude. It's like it seems like people either love it or they hate it. Like, there's not many people that are in between on this. I'm shocked. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand why. I don't know how to explain it. Like, even the first 2 episodes, dude, they're so boring. Like, nothing happens. All it is talking.
And I like that about Star Wars, though. I like political stuff. I like all that.
I get that, but like, not even the first 2 episodes are about political stuff. I mean, it's a little bit maybe. I feel like it's a waste of what's the actor who is it Skarsgård is not the young one, not the young one, the older one, yeah.
Hey Simon, hey Christine Payne.
What's up, guys? Well, since I'm the only one on the panel that actually watched it, I'm putting it under terrible, and I'm putting it after Mandal season 3. I'll put it in.
Okay. And after I've watched it, guys, we'll do it.
Yeah, we could talk about it.
We'll do an Andor one. We'll talk about it.
Dude, I would give it another chance if I didn't hate it so much the first time. I just the characters, I just didn't care, and he's gonna die. Who cares? Like, I don't really care how he gets there. I mean, some of the Mon Mothma stuff is okay, but even that stuff is like just so boring. I just find it incredibly boring. Again, maybe if they had a little more action and and more like you knew, like this is the biggest problem with some of these shows that we're talking about. We know where it leads, so we know these characters are not going to die. Now, like Book of Boba, okay, they could have killed off Boba Fett, so that was fine. Mandalorian, we know the main characters aren't going to die. I mean, now who was it? Is it Paz Vizsla who dies at the end of season 3?
Yeah,
is it Paz or is one of those guys?
Pre Vizsla, Paz Vizsla,
Pre Vizsla, whatever. That was fine, I guess. But watching Kenobi, that no one of a great importance is going to die. We already knew the Grand Inquisitor was going to live. We already knew the Fifth Brother was going to live. The hope was that Reva was going to die, and she survived.
Yeah, we get introduced to a random Jedi that gets killed and hung. It didn't make any difference to the storyline. We didn't even know who he was.
I think
it would have been cool if it was Mace Windu.
Right, and I think the difference is yes, we have all this time in between Mandalorian and the new sequel trilogy. So there's a pretty good chance that these characters are probably going to die at some point, or I don't know where they were during this whole thing. But again, where was Ahsoka during everything, and she lived, during the original trilogy. So, and I imagine that they're not going to kill off Grogu anytime soon. That's kind of their cash cow right now. It'll be interesting to see how when they actually get to that point where we're up to the Force Awakens, what are they doing with these characters? So the next show, the last one here is Ahsoka, and I'm so torn on this one, man. I mean, I definitely don't think it's epic. I can't put it up there with season 1 or season 2 of Mando, but I probably would put it right after because there's definitely a lot of good. I don't love the last episode. I love how it ended, as long as we get what we think we're going to get with the Mortis gods and Abeloth, hopefully. But I just don't think it's on par with the first 2 seasons of Mando, but it's definitely better than everything that's below it. For me, I would put it after Tales because I love Tales. I love that show so much. But I'd be fine either spot here. Where would you put Ahsoka?
You have very, very valid points in what you just said. I think watching the Ahsoka show, I was watching it with steamed up Hera's goggles on because she never wears them, so I was wearing them throughout the entire show. And I made several statements like this is the best Star Wars Disney show I've ever made and things like that. And it was at the time, but that was because I was on peak episode 5, episode 6, going through the best stuff that they've ever made. And then it ended and I've sat with my times and I've sat with my thoughts. And yeah, I completely agree. I would put it exactly where you've put it, purely because there are some episodes and some things that are meh within the story.
Yeah.
But then there are some things that are absolutely epic and want to move forward, like Baylan and Shin and the Night Sisters and Abeloth theories and all this kind of stuff is still, daily I'm thinking about it. So it's crazy. Yeah. And I think it belongs where it belongs under Tales because you are right. Tales is a solid show. And I've heard that there could be more Tales coming with Sith and with Baylan and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I would put it where it is. I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I would say, Ahsoka, I've watched every episode twice. I watched episodes, I think it was 5 and 6, right? Those are the two really, really good ones. I watched episodes 5 and 6, I think 3 times. And I watched episode 7 twice. And the finale, I watched it once. I couldn't do it again. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. It didn't seem like anything was earned. Like everything happened so quickly in episodes 7 and 8. I felt like it was such a slow pace. It reminded me of like going from like Game of Thrones season 1 or 2. Like all of a sudden we're in season 8. Like that's how I felt with episodes 7 and 8. Like I don't know why they had to speed it. I don't know, man. The fact that Sabine finds Ezra so darn quick, and then all of a sudden they're right back where Thrawn was. But this whole time Thrawn couldn't find Ezra. I don't know.
Yeah, strange. For me, it belongs in the. I have this weird thing when I'm tidying the house. I either put something on the telly in the background. I'm not watching it, but it's on in the background, and I gauge on things that I love that go on when I'm doing that kind of stuff. Like Game of Thrones will go on there. I'll have the prequels. Sorry, the sequel. Yeah, the prequels will go on, and they'll just be on in the background. I think it's the last episode of season 2 Clone Wars, the last 4 of Clone Wars season 7. I think that's correct, isn't it? Or is it season 8? The last 4 episodes of Clone Wars.
Yeah, season 7.
Yeah, and then 5 and 6 of Ahsoka, and basically that's where they all live. So it's good, but it's not entirely good. And I don't know. I like the introduction of Thrawn, although we got him in Rebels, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if we were breaking this, like let's say we took Ahsoka and we put all 8 episodes in here, I would have episodes 5 and 6 at the very top
In
of
Epic.
Epic. It would be the
Yeah.
first. It would be the top two,
Yeah.
and then everything else would probably be filtering in through meh and terrible. Um, probably a lot of meh actually. I'm trying to think. Terrible. I still don't like episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1 and 2 would be terrible.
yeah, I just don't like it. It's again, it was made for people who never watched any of it to kind of understand the characters, and I think they portrayed them wrong. I didn't, I understand what they're trying to do with Ahsoka, but again, she just was never like that in any of the shows. Is like almost like down and depressed almost. And Sabine was way off character, I thought. I mean, the best character in the first 2 episodes was the Loth Cat. Let's just put it that way. Loth Cat and Hera. Those are the best 2 characters in the first 2 episodes. And then eventually, so I did like Ahsoka toward the end of the season. I just wish I don't know what they could have done. I don't know why they had to have Ahsoka be like. Why did you have to go through such a weird change with her? I would have rather seen flashbacks of that kind of stuff. And like she's already Ahsoka the White, I guess that's what we're calling her. And I would rather have seen flashbacks with her struggles than like in the current timeline, because it just I don't like when they retcon that kind of stuff. To me it's weird. Like you finish up Rebels, you see that she's already got her stuff and her staff and all that, and then I hate when they retcon stuff like that. I don't know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
Star Wars is never going to be Star Wars, is it? Because it was one man at the helm that had every controlling decision, and now 30, 40 years later, it's just diluted by so many different decisions, and so many different people have power in the franchise. It's like that's what they need to do going forward. They need to give the power to Dave Filoni or whoever they feel is good enough, and let them have the final says. Don't have, Kathleen. I have no issue with Kathleen Kennedy as a person, but I just feel like her directing style and her choice of pushing female lead actors to the forward front of every show that she creates is forming an issue within a franchise that never was that way.
Yeah.
And I feel, in a way, it's partly sexist. I don't want to go down that. I don't want to jump on that bandwagon, but in a way, it partly is. Like, I get the movie industry and the showbiz industry has been male dominated for many, many years, but that's if there's a strong independent woman that is right for the role, then she'll be in the role. If you're casting it just because you need to make a quota by the end of the year, I feel that that's wrong.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, man. I don't want to make this like a political stream here, but I'm still blown away by like, and again, I know like maybe all these people who have these issues with females in these movies, like the reason why they're in these movies now is because they never got the publicity or they didn't get the parts. So maybe we're talking like 40s and 50s and 60s. But all I know, man, is when I grow up, dude, we had Aliens. Look who was the last survivor. We had Conan the Barbarian, right? But then we got Red Sonja, which is basically the male version of that. So you got the female version, and even in Conan the Barbarian and those type of movies, you still had that strong female presence. I don't remember her name right now, but she. I mean, who's the actress? She's a famous actress too. But she was a powerhouse in that. And there's plenty of other ones. Like think of all the horror movies. How many times is the girl the one who kills the guy at the end? Like Nancy in Friday or in Nightmare on Elm Street. So many times in the Jason movies, there's always a female.
I completely agree, but I
just to me it's really,
that way with Disney.
What's her face? Well, I mean, you do have Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher was a strong actor in Star Wars. It's not like she was put to the side. And then what's her face from Halloween? Jamie Lee Curtis. Like I'm so confused with all this. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I mean, yes, okay.
I just think 21st century Disney's morals. Like they've always been the Disney princess castle. They've always been that way. It's Disney. They've always focused on the female lead role. That's that's the way Disney is.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah. I mean that's also Disney, and we're also talking cartoons. We're talking about cartoons other than like other like main series, like movies or
Well,
you
no,
know.
I'm also. But look at everything now that Disney's bringing into live action.
Yeah,
All the cartoons that they made, they're now bringing to live action with female roles.
yeah. You know, even things
It's not the men only cast in the Disney films.
right,
You know, like El Dorado, Road to El Dorado. They're not going to make that as a live action.
right, and I mean even more examples. Like think of old TV shows. Okay, so you have Mork and Mindy. Well, that was a female and a male that they had the same amount of screen time.
Roxanne.
You have yes, there you go. You had Three's Company. You had Jack and the two girls. I mean, again, screen time was the same.
Frasier.
Yeah. Bewitched. Who was it about? It was about the witch. You know, it's just you have the Mary Tyler Moore show. Like, there's so much. I just don't understand. And now, granted, I mean, now are those shows showing powerful women? Probably not. You know, Mary Tyler Moore was probably a housewife. You know, but like as far as the role, I mean, I don't know. It's so weird because I think it's just it's so overdone. Like we don't need it. I mean that's why Reva was in there. You know, that's why they went with Ray. And I had absolutely no problem with Ray being the lead in the new Star Wars series. It's just what they did with her after The Force Awakens. You know, that was the problem with that character. I don't think many people had a problem with Ray. I really, really don't. I think people were maybe interested. Yeah, I thought maybe people were like, okay, well, how is she being Kylo Ren? She's never even picked up a lightsaber. Okay, but maybe we're going to get that story. You know, and they just blew it. They really did. They just blew
like they blew John Boyega being a Jedi. They blew, you know, he should have been a Jedi.
It's like, oh no, we can't have two. Oh no, we can't have two Jedis. No. Like, why not? Why not? Why can't we have two? You know, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. And then there you go. And then they had Hercules and they had Xena, the Princess Warrior. You know, maybe I guess they said princess. I mean, you know, and then don't even get me started on comic book stuff. They had Wonder Woman. You know, they had Batgirl, I think was one, and I mean, there's a bunch. You know, so anyways, I don't want to start getting all crazy with that, but that's my little rant for that part of it. All right, so I think we're done. So I guess if I was doing this by myself, the only couple changes I would do is I probably would put season 2 here, and I would drop season 1 here.
Your favorite Disney show is season 2 Mandalorian.
Dude, I think it's that good. I've watched that like 4 times all the way through because I think it's that good. I think it's really, really good. I love Grogu in season 2. I think Mando is great in season 2. The Ahsoka episode, besides the Luke episode, the Ahsoka episode is probably my favorite episode in the entire series. Again, Mando season 1 is really good. The only problem I have with Mando season 1 is that some of the episodes I felt like they were like Monster of the Week type episodes, whereas like he has this little thing. Now, granted, there's always that running storyline. You know, for example, now granted, this episode's better now than it was when we first saw it. But the episode with Fennec Shand, when we see the boots at the end, that being Boba Fett. Now that episode was cool, but like that whole episode is basically him trying to kill this dude, and then we thought she died. And then the episode was over. So I kind of thought, okay, so it's just a basic episode, and basically we see some boots at the end, which I think most of the world knew was probably going to end up being Boba Fett at that point. But yeah, I mean, I do think it was, but again, I like it. I just don't think it was as good as these 3. Over here, I would have to put this down here, obviously. I think beside that, it's pretty accurate. I might actually do that because I really did not like Bad Batch, and now that I'm actually thinking about it, I probably would put it terrible. I just don't like it.
Okay.
I mean, I could even do something like that, even to make it even. But I don't know. It's not a huge change. It's really just these 2 in different areas, and then taking, you know, flip-flopping Bad Batch and Mando season 3 for the most part. So I don't know. But it's always fun to do these because I like to talk about it, you know, and And
It's been a good conversation. I've enjoyed
yeah,
it.
I mean, and we've been doing this for over an hour, which I'll be honest with you, like when I'm like, how are we going to talk about 14 things for an hour?
How do we always do it every week? We talk about Star Wars for the last 6 months every week.
Yeah, we always seem to do it. So, but
and we haven't got everything out there. You know, it's just insane.
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly. I don't know if anyone. I'm going to just check my messages really quick and see if anyone wanted to do that waffle.
I did send you a picture of some upcoming shows.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
I don't know if you want to pull that up on stream.
Yeah, I can. Let me go to Instagram really quick on here. I don't know. Anybody in the chat? Do you guys want those extra spots for the standard pack? I don't know. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Even if I can grab two. If we can grab one person that wants two of them, I can just run it with 8 people. I don't mind doing that. So I'll let you guys think about it for a minute while I pull this up.
While Headless is pulling that up, I just want to let people know that next week I'll be hosting the Horseman over on my channel again. We were off this week because we took a week off for Halloween. I'm going to take the hot seat. I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to take the hot seat, and I'm going to give you my topic right now.
Oh, all right.
Why I don't like Grogu. There you go. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I'm serious. I'm going to have some evidence with me. I'm going to have a hot seat on why I don't like Grogu. What? And that's my hot seat. So stay tuned for the Horseman next week if you want to know why I don't like the little green critten shitty little thing.
Now you're just talking crazy.
You got to get the people to come somehow, right?
How do you not like Grogu?
Because I don't.
Dude, Grogu's awesome.
Didn't like Yoda either, though. So you know that.
You didn't like Yoda?
No, you listen to my reactions all the way through Clone Wars reactions.
Well, I know. Well, okay.
Nothing.
I know, but in the original trilogy, Yoda's really good.
Yeah, he's okay.
Okay, so let's get rid of this, and then I got it pulled up now.
How much are your raffles at? What's your waffles at?
So I have 6 out of the 10 gone, and it's they're $3 a spot, or you can do 2 for $5. And here it is. There's a pitch. So these are the upcoming shows that we're going to get. So we get Bad Batch Season 3. We're going to get Andor Season 2. Do you see it?
Yeah, I just pulled it up.
Did I pull it up? Okay, I pulled it up. Yeah. So Bad Batch Season 3, I mean, I'm thinking that's going to be the next one because that's something they can actually film. And I know they're negotiating right now, but I still don't think that there's any kind of deal. So I know, Umpty, you said earlier that you think that Andor's filming, but how are they filming if they're still on strike? Unless they're not in SAG, I guess. I don't know. Those actors, you know. We have we have Tales of the Jedi. Season 2 will be coming. The Acolyte. It sounds like we're not going to be getting that one for a while, and it sounds like Skeleton Crew. I mean, Skeleton Crew, I thought was the next one coming out. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. But and then Star Wars Outlaws. That's going to be the open world video game. Which again, I think they're blowing it by. It's going to be like a Harry Potter style. I think it's not going to be where you can play with other people. Which, again, I think it's a miss. I don't know why. Why is it so difficult? Like people are going to play it if you make the game amazing. Dude, who's not playing it? Especially if you're a person who played the number one, the original MMO. It's just that combat system was a little wonky. It was a little too similar to like World of Warcraft. It just wasn't as good, and that was the biggest problem.
Have you seen any footage of Starfield?
I have not. No.
Okay, so when you get a chance, dig into a little bit, maybe 10 minutes. Just watch 10 minutes of Starfield, and imagine Star Wars as the theme of this game. You can literally fly spaceships in space, go to any planet, dock on, dock off, do all these crazy things. And I just don't understand why in the 21st century of gaming that we have, with all of these amazing things, why we don't have a game where it's just like GTA but Star Wars, where
Yeah.
I can run somebody's spaceship and I can go and do crazy shit. And if I want to get a lightsaber and battle, then I can.
Yeah.
Why don't we have
Yeah.
that now? I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know why it always has to be. I mean, Star Wars has always been about the storyline. So you want a good storyline, and that's why I think like the Jedi Fallen Order games are so good because the storyline is awesome. I mean, they're really, really good, and that's one game I get
It's
back
better
into.
now that it's connecting to Ahsoka.
Right? Yeah, a little bit. Right.
It wasn't so good before then with all the Zepho stuff because it didn't connect to the story in my eyes.
Well, they still
Now
create
it
good
is.
characters. They still create good characters. Like Cal Kestis is a great character. I mean,
I want him in live action. Daniel
Yeah,
Joe,
I mean,
he
yeah.
thinks that he'll be in live action before we know it.
Yeah, so do I. All right, but yeah, I mean, so Skeleton Crew, that's the one with Jude Law, so we'll be getting that one. Acolyte is taking this is going to be like the first one in the timeline. It's well before
High Republic, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's even before High Republic. I think or maybe it does take place during that, but that's way before like the Phantom Menace. Like I don't even think Yoda couldn't even be in that. So I'm interested for that one because I'm like, it could be something completely different.
Yeah.
We'll have all brand new characters. Like I don't think there was any character that could even be in there that we know. I mean, no one's that old because it's like 25,000 years or something like that. They said. And now that we get like any Legends characters, like any of these old Sith or whatever.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Oh man.
You want to run this waffle?
Yeah. So Ryan bought 2. So I have 2 left. If anybody wants them, if not, we'll just run it. We'll just run it with the 4 or the 8 spots. Anybody else want a spot? Well, here I'll pull that up while I get rid of this, and I'll give people an extra second to decide. So let's drop that out of here. Let's get this out of here. Now, the other thing I got to go do really quick, though, is I have to message. I'm just messaging the group to let them know that I'm running it on live. If they want to come check it out really quick. All right. I don't know. Did anyone else respond about it? Dumpty, did you want those spots or no? Or Dan, did you want to take a crack at something? Because we'll both get 1 spot if you want. And then Poppin, I think, is in this one. So I don't know if Charles is still in the chat. And then I'm trying to see. Okay. No, no problem, dude. I'm just checking to see who else is in there. I can't remember. I know it was Poppin, it was you, it was Napa, and then it was. I don't think it was. It was either Down Under. It was Down Under. Okay.
Yeah.
So Down Under. Inside the Box Animations. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I actually don't know who that Napa Don is. That's not who I thought it was.
Because there's 2 like are very, very similar.
Nepa and Napa.
Yeah.
I know Nepa, but I don't know Napa. Not from the username.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, I just took 2 spots just to take 2 spots. I haven't even opened my waffles. I haven't opened my NFT account in months. Inside the Box Animations. Hello there. Welcome in. I absolutely love that simple logo. Inside the Box Animations. That's really cool. Welcome to the stream.
And we are doing well. We just got done going through all of the Disney Plus shows, and now we're gonna run a waffle on a standard pack of the new NFTs that came out yesterday. The was the Funko Ween. So we got 2 spots left if you're interested. Just trying to get everyone to make sure they know that I'm live and I'm not doing this now. Because usually we would do this like in a what is it, like a chat room on Discord or something like that, right?
Yeah, we do it in a live chat room in Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, and we would run it, but we're just gonna do it here.
Awesome. Inside the Box just subbed. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that, brother.
Welcome to the Headless Horde.
That's right. Oh, let's see.
You will see the leader of the Headless Horde, Headless over here, play terrible games, do awesome Star Wars episodes, and other stuff, but mainly terrible games.
Oh, you work in NFTs. Nice. Yeah, we dabble a little bit with the Funko ones because you get the actual, you actually get the pop itself, which is kind of cool. Although you have to wait a year for it, which stinks, but. All right, so I'm going to message them.
I have a collection called Dizzy Dragons. Nice. I like dragons.
Yes, we are big dragon fans, that's for sure.
I haven't heard. Is there a link I can see? Said inside the box. I can drop you a link to the Discord if you'd like to join the Discord and then head over to the NFT pack waffles if that's what you're referencing. Copy link.
It says, I haven't heard. Is there a link? Yeah, I'm not sure. We haven't heard what?
There you go. There's a Discord link. I haven't heard of this NFT you're talking about.
Oh, here, I'll pull it. I can pull it up. Ryan, would you do me a favor? Will you send the link to the live stream right underneath my message I just posted?
Yep.
That way they want to jump in.
There you go.
All right, there we go. All right, so I'll give them a minute to do that. So, do you have a drop account? So a drop account is where these drops come from. So I'll just pull up this.
You don't need to have a drop account, though, do you? You can have an Atomic Club account too.
Yeah, you can, but you can't. Not for you have to. If you're going to redeem something, you have to have a drop account.
Yeah.
So this is the drop account right here. This is the drop, and then when you go in here, you can see your cards. I'm not sharing?
I've just shared it. It's cool.
Okay. So you can kind of just go in and through, and like the newest one was the Funko Ween right here. So if I go up here, it will show you the actual, like, what you have. So I have the Grail, I have 2 Legendary, I have the Royalty, and then I have a few other cards right now that I am trying to just sell off. Actually, when I have to trade. So I'll be trading that here in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, basically, so what happens is you get the card, which is this, but then they turn into a physical form Funko Pop. And I don't have an NFT.
You have 90 days to collect. I think you have 90 days to collect, and then you can redeem. Is it 90 days?
Yeah, you get that. Yeah, that's the one thing they need to fix on this, because it's 90 days to collect. But you usually don't get them for like, what would you say? Like they say 6 months after the drop, but I would say it's closer to like 9 months to even a year.
Game of Thrones was almost a year ago, and I'm still waiting for mine.
Yeah, like
I know that they're being shipped from America, but still, like, you know.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find what the actual drop, like the Funko Pops, look like. So these are the cards, and then the actual pops look like. I don't. Oh, there you go. So there's your Grail. That's the card, and then you have. So here's all the other ones. And this set is unique because it's the first set that everything is glowing in the dark. Finally.
Yeah, inside the box. This is official Funko NFT. So basically, now if you want to have limited piece count on your collectibles within Funko, this is the way to go because they're just mass producing everything else.
Yeah. So this set is all like Freddy Funko, who's the mascot of Funko, and then Proto is like this new little mascot they're trying to push. If I go back to like
take a hole and put him straight in it because Max Tokenhead is the NFT. He's the guy for me. He's the mascot.
Yeah. Like the last one they did was Back to the Future. So the physical pops, this is what they look like. So the Grail is really cool. It's from Back to the Future 2. It's Marty dressed as the espionage version, I guess. And then you have Doc Brown from the third movie when he was in the Wild West. And then you have your first ever George McFly. And you have your first ever Lorraine. And then you also get Biff Tannen. I guess it's Griff because this is Griff from the future. So this is like Griff's. This is Biff's son, Griff. And then your royalty is going to end up being, and the royalty is how you have to collect all the cards in the set. And you can see there's limited to 2,500, and it's Freddy Funko as Doc Brown with the little head thing on top of his head.
Inside the box said, yeah, they needed something like this for sure. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but yeah, you definitely need to have a drop account to get the redeemables, and then you just buy, and you can buy and trade and sell on the actual drop account on the marketplace. And if you look in my videos, I actually did a video explaining all that too. There's a video I made about 2 weeks ago when that first opened.
And you dropped
something different. Yeah, it's something different, you know. What's up, Mark? All right, Mark, we got 2 spots left. Do you want them so we can run this thing? Because I was going to run it live. It's for that standard pack. Yeah, there's some really cool ones. Like, if you go back, I did an unboxing of my Halloween ones. I did. Yeah, I just got the Halloween ones a couple weeks ago. I did a video on that too. So if you want to see what the Halloween versions look like, they're really cool. There's one called Reaper, the Reaper Freddy. It's really neat. There's a link. Well, do we see the link? Send it to me. Send it to me on Instagram. It's just Headless Ned Stark on Instagram, and just send it to me as a message, and I'll definitely take a look.
Ding ding ding, ding ding ding.
Mark is in for the last 2. All right, so
this is where the fun begins.
So we're gonna go ahead and do that. That's Mark. Going to run it. Ryan, I know
you're gonna share that on stream. You're gonna share the Discord race on stream.
You mean go in Discord and share it? I was just gonna run it on this. We posted the link and everything if people want to come see. I just don't think anyone has paid me except for you. Pop in, I know it's fine. Napa and Down Under, I don't believe it paid me for this one.
Hey, Simon.
What's up, Simon? All right, we're gonna get rid of that. Let's get the duck race thing. I'll get that set up. Hopefully everyone we'll go ahead and start paying. And we'll get this thing set up. All right, Marcus in. And yes, I just got your message, so I got it. You want to do puppy dogs? Are we good with that? I think you have dragons, dude.
You like your puppy dog races, so yeah.
I love the puppy dog races.
Mandy gets a little shout out on the stream, so
That's right. Now we have 45 seconds. And let's put the names in here.
And if you're watching this on the rerun, guys, don't forget to comment down below whether you agree with what me and Headless have come up with our tier ranking for the Disney shows. I know that was the main focus of this show. We're just veering off into the waffle right now. But yeah, I'd appreciate if you're watching it on the rerun to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Let us know whether you agree on, what should be at the top of the list and what should be at the bottom. Because I'm interested to know what you guys think. Because all I have to do is talk to Headless about this. I don't know what you guys all think. And he's a Star Wars nerd, so even if it's terrible, he'll say it's good.
Right, Ryan, I'm struggling over here. It's telling me I can. Oh, is it the puppy dog race? I can't do 10. I just did 10. It's saying when I go to numbers. What's numbers?
I don't know. Thanks, Simon.
It's telling me I can only go to 6.
Didn't you just do it? You've done multiple races this week.
I did. I did the puppy dog race, and I don't understand. Like, I'm going to here. I'll show you. It is funny. I literally just did this.
And if you want to catch more from me, guys, you can catch me over on Tell Talks tomorrow night. I think we're going to be reviewing Five Nights at Freddy.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I've already seen it, but I'm going to watch it again with my review head on.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was okay. It's
PG-13. That's the problem. It's meh.
Yeah,
the problem is it's PG-13. I think that's the biggest issue.
6.
See, it's like it won't even let me change it. And if I go to numbers, but I mean, I know it says premium only, but I know I just did this. I don't know. Unless they changed it, I don't know. Let me try the duck race then. See, it says, so maybe
it says here 3 users can have up to 6.
Okay. Well, see, now this one, it lets me do it. So it's probably just the puppy dog one. It won't let me do for some reason.
We can't see that because it's open the new tab.
Yeah, there you go. See, now this one it lets me. So the dog racer will let you do it, but for some reason, I could have swore I ran the puppy dog one like 2 days ago, but it's all good. Oh, yeah,
you want to go back and change the names?
Yep. All right, so we'll do that really quick.
Goodbye, Aaron, George, Roseanne, and Lizzie. You did not join the Patreon. Or the Discord, sorry. Yeah, I think they might have switched it around too, haven't they? I've never seen this. Haha, looks fun. This is just a way to pick a winner, dude. Like,
yeah,
it's fair and it's easy, and you just put everybody's name in the list and then click start, and first one over the line wins. Marble race is good for large numbers. Yeah, it is. Marble races are really fun.
And then it was down under, right?
Have you seen the marble race before, Headless?
The marble?
Yeah, have you seen the marble races?
No.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. Crazy tracks with marbles.
All right, so we have it set. I just don't know. I haven't got money. Let's see. Let me see. I'm still missing those 3 guys.
I'm sure I'll pay you to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna message them now and just be like, I'm running it, so just whenever you get payment in. And then Charles and Down Under. Okay. Oh, actually, Down Under actually. Down Under became. He probably okay. So he did say so. This is Charles and
And everybody, don't forget to vote in the poll at the top of the chat as well. There's a poll. What was your favorite Disney Star Wars show?
yeah, we're gonna go through that too. We're gonna go through that poll before we leave.
I don't want to look at the bottom of my duck. It's going to be really wrinkly. It's been in the water for ages.
All right. How many times do you want me to mix this thing up?
We'll give Inside the Box Animations the privilege of picking a number between 1 and 10. And that'll be the number that we shuffle.
All right. Give me a number 1 to 10.
Because there's 10 people in the chat, so that's why I went with 1 to 10. We appreciate you all being here. Don't forget to smash that like button like it was Darth Vader.
Smash it. Smash it like it was watching Andor. Just smash it. All right. Number 5. All right. Good luck, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 45 seconds.
Oh, I'm the Donald Trump one. Oh, great. I'm getting impeached by the end of this race.
Donald Trump one right there.
I don't have the files. I don't have the documents.
No. All right, here we go. And they are off. And they're quacking.
My spaceship one's doing pretty good.
Mark's got the unicorn over here. Look at this guy. Mm-hmm. Take a screenshot of this too. Uh-oh, did I pause it? Is this still going?
It's stuck at 22 seconds for me. Oh,
it's frozen a little bit. Oh, there we go. I was trying to grab a screenshot of it. The winner. All right, here we go. Napa Don. I think you got it. Congratulations, brother. He deserves it. He spent quite a bit on all of these.
He's wearing the crown. He was the king. He's wearing the crown.
Yeah. He's the king of the North.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate everyone hopping in there last minute. Mark, Ryan, appreciate you guys. All right. So let's do this. Do you want me to open these NFT packs?
If you would like to.
All right. Let's open them.
I'm just going to take a quick restroom break.
All right. Go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to message Napa and let him know that he won. All right. So we're gonna pull up drop again, and we'll open. I got 3 packs left. I'm really just going for a legendary at this point because I already have the complete set. So anything I don't get, you just let me know if you need it or something. Epics I'll probably sell for future drops, but all right, we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go here. And then we're going to go unopened. So we have 4 packs. He just won, I think it was, which one did he win? He won one of these. Let me make sure I don't open the wrong one. So he won. $16,727. So he won this one. So we'll open the other 3. All right, so basically what's going to happen is... Actually, you know what? Let me just transfer this to him now, actually. Oh, man. And then I'm giving him an epic.
Do you know what the best thing about November, the 1st and 2nd of November is? You get all the cheap Halloween treats that they couldn't sell. You get them all reduced the day after Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. True.
Yeah, I got loads of cool treats and sweets. I got like a 100 bag of lollipops today for $1. Yesterday they were like $11.
Nice. Actually, he did not give me his. Actually, he did not give me his thing yet. I can't transfer this to him right now. All right, never mind. All right, so 16267. That's the one he gets. All right, you ready for this? I'm sharing my screen, right? No, I'm not. There we go. Boom. All right, so let's see what we can grab here.
Good luck, dude.
Thanks, man. We'll see. If I can grab the pirate again, it'd be great.
Yeah, I've got you. Umpty, the thing that you sent me on IG, can I show this on stream after we've opened these packs? Just give me a yes or no in chat, and I'll know whether to go ahead with that or not. And give me some information on what it is, and I'll let people know. Go ahead, Terry.
All right, here we go.
It's a shame Funko didn't reduce these packs, eh? The day after.
I know, right? All right, so these there's 5 cards in a standard pack, and an uncommon. All right, I already have that, and then we have a common, and we have another uncommon. Again, I already have all of these. I'm looking just for legendaries or grails, and that was not a great pack. Even rares at this point, they're only worth a few cents, so it's not really much. So I will be selling all of those.
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, that's the way NFT usually go. That's 80% of the time. That's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be brutal. It can be brutal. But if you hit that one, it makes it worth it. All right, here we go. Pack 2. Crappy common. Common. Rare. Common. Oh, that was worse than the last one. So that was not great. All right, that's his pack. This is my last one. My gosh, this is why you should just tell him after you hate what you get. But because you figured that's like $30 right there. I could have put that toward the pirate. It's all good. Saved all my good stuff yesterday. Here we go. Uncommon, common. Oh, terrible. Wow, how bad were those last 2 packs? Yeah, I mean, that's sometimes what happens. Hopefully he'll get something on that one.
As bad as Kenobi?
What'd you say?
As bad as Kenobi? Where would you put that? Where would you put those 2 packs on our tier list?
That was worse than Kenobi. It was definitely worse than Kenobi. Yeah. Yeah. It kills me. It's all good. So if you wanted really to see, the way this works on the marketplace, I didn't even get an epic out of that either. That's what's even more crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. But that's the way that usually cookie crumbles with NFTs.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny too because it's really strange when you want to go list this on marketplace. So you can just go to list. This is the minimum, but dude, there's 95 of these right now listed. So if you really want to sell it, take it the wax because I don't even know where. Like I don't even know how do they determine the newest one or the cheapest one because this is the lowest price. You can't. I tried lowering it. You can't. So if I go to list,
what's the lowest on the market? 6, and then you can go to 5.
No, because it says there's 95. I guarantee they're all 1 cent. That's the weird thing about this though is that you can buy the lowest, but I don't know what they consider. Is it the first one listed? Is it the last one listed? Is it just completely random? If you
yeah, I don't know.
I don't. That's the thing I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
Hey, Johnny,
know. It's funny though, man. I just click list on market.
I don't know. I'll be honest, I wasn't paying attention.
There it is. Yeah, see, you can't. So lowest listing is autofill. You just do it. You can set it and list it. I can list it and see what happens. And it failed to list. Unable to create listing. Waiting on blockchain.
Quick Joel says, if it will make you happy, I'll send you a Christmas card next year of me and the pirate under the mistletoe. And the picture has to be liked by Mama Quick Joel. Because that's standard in social media. Mama Quick Draw likes every post.
Yeah, it's all good though. The knight is fine. I mean, if you're going for value, the pirate was obviously the better one, but I personally like the pirate or the knight one better just because it kind of fits into what I collect more. But yeah, it's all good. All right, so that was not that fun, but
I have
is it what it is?
a sticker to share for Umpty. Let me pull it up.
Bring it up.
There you go.
All right.
Umpty's new Christmas sticker.
Oh, is it like it's like from Christmas Vacation?
Yeah. I love how he always incorporates Chuck into all of his stuff. Great sticker. I actually have one from a couple of years ago on my work video in the other room.
It's pretty funny, actually. I like that. You
Yeah,
got the holes right there. I don't think we can make it full screen. It's a little bit bigger that way, but
can I do that?
there you go. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Don't let this guy push buttons. There you go. That's pretty cool.
I had to look. I had to check that it was actually the hose he was holding first. I was like, what? No, okay.
What's up, Johnny?
So is that the Cleveland Browns tour bus?
I think so. Dude, I'm torn, man. I'm in a survival league. So basically what it is, you pick one team to win every week in the NFL, right? And the start of the season, we had 1,000 people. And it was $10 each. Oh, I'm sorry, not 1,000 people, 100 people at $10 each, but the winner gets 1,000. And there's 15 people.
The Chiefs every week.
You can only pick a team once. So like I'm looking. So when I so basically there's 15 people left. I've already picked like all the good teams to get this far. Dude, I'm torn because I have to either go this week. I have to go with the Browns over Arizona because Arizona's pretty darn bad. Browns are the biggest favorites of the week. We're 8-point favorites. That's the largest favorites of the week. There's a lot of tough games this week. Or I got to go, I think it was New Orleans over Chicago. Dude, that game seems like a big old trap game to me for some reason.
You've got to back your team, right? You've got to go with your own.
I mean, there's
the
just
Browns have to win. I can't deal with you being depressed for another week. Like they need to.
I know, right? Dude, they blew that game last week so bad. They totally blew that game. We should be 5-2 right now. They blew it. I don't know. So right now I have.
I genuinely don't have an absolute Scooby Doo. I just like to wine Terry up with it. Like I'm in the UK, so I don't know anything about soccer or football, but it's fun.
You know, the other thing is too with this type of thing is that you have to plan a little bit, especially when you get about halfway through the season, because we're about halfway there right now, and you got to plan. Like, I mean, there's only so many teams you can pick, right, to get all the way through this, because eventually you're going to pick almost half the teams. And basically, I'm looking ahead because you kind of plan out, like look at the matchups in the next three weeks. I love the matchups I have for the next 3 weeks. It's this week that I'm just nervous on. But I mean, you know, Vegas has us at -8. I don't know why it's so many. It makes me think that the Browns are going to blow them out because I can't believe that everyone's not going to bet the Cardinals on this game. The Browns to win by 8. That's a lot of points. That's over a touchdown. I feel like they want the public to go on Arizona, and I feel like the Browns might win this game in a blowout. I really do, and that's one of the reasons why I think I'm picking them. So we'll see if I'm right or not. But Vegas knows, man. I don't know how they do, but they know. They always know. They know how to screw me on my parlays. That's for sure.
I'd be interested in a follow up on that. So let us know what happens with it. Like maybe do a quick 2-minute talk to video. Say, hey, I've clicked this one this week. Let's see what happens, and then at the end of it, you can do a quick talk to video and see what really happened.
Yeah. So Napa he just messaged me. He's like, I'm confused. It was never filled. Like, I'm sending him all these messages explaining this. We filled it on my live stream.
Ran it.
Yeah, we filled it and ran it. on my live stream right now. And you won. Just need you to send over them. And then also I need his drop info so I can get it to him.
So is his drop not in the actual drop section? We have a section in the Discord where people can put their drop accounts.
That I am not sure.
So if you go to the Discord section and go to General and then Wallet, you might be able to find Napadoon in there. And then that would be...
Well, I'm gonna let him make sure he pays for it.
Yeah, let him confirm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why we have that section there, so people can just put their wallet address in.
Yeah.
Although I'm not seeing it, so maybe he's not in there.
All right, I'm gonna go take a look at this poll really quick. All right, so we had 17 total votes. Wow, look at this. So we had 29% go to Mando, 24% go to Star Wars, 12% Ahsoka, and then 35% other. So what do you think other? I mean, if you're still in the chat and you voted other, what do you thinking your favorite is? Are we talking Rebels here, or are we talking? I guess it could be Andor. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Do you want to bring it up on stream so I can see it?
I have to bring up my YouTube channel then. I can. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, you see it. I don't know if I can bring it. Let me see.
You're good. I can go to YouTube and get it. I just didn't want to ask you to repeat the results. So. Yeah, I can see it now. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could bring it up, but it would literally have to be like I'm just bringing up
your whole stats and everything.
Bring up the whole channel. Like it's gonna be weird. Yeah.
No worries.
Actually,
so yeah, I'm interested because when I last looked, it was Mando and Clone Wars at 33%, and they were basically neck and neck. So yeah, I'm interested in what's at the edge.
Yeah. So Inside says Andor, and so does Umpty. They both said Andor.
Okay.
That
would make sense. The two people over the 17 votes would make the 3%. Okay.
That's a good little turnout. That's a good little turnout on the votes. We usually don't get that many votes. I'm happy to see
It's been a great night. We're nearly 2 hours live, 10 people watching. Yeah. Awesome chat, awesome conversation. It's been a great night. Maybe the beer's flowing, but maybe that's helping. But I don't want to blame that because there's a name for that.
It makes you want to take a little break and maybe stream a little Mario now. Since I'm pretty sure that's not what happened. I'm almost positive that's not the issue. But yeah, I don't know. I know I got Survivor on tonight, and then we got Big. Did you watch Big Brother yesterday?
Yeah.
Dude.
If I start talking about Big Brother, I'll be here for another half an hour, and I don't.
I know.
Particularly want to do that. You got to stay early because BOP was on vacation. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. That's why we. That's why we bumped it up.
AEW. Yeah, BOP went to AEW, and Carrie decided that she didn't want to do it herself. So, we thought, hey, why not? Let's jump on, and we can get people that are going to enjoy the stream and have a little bit of a chat with us before they go to bed. I love that Inside the Box has come in, said loving the vibes tonight. I agree. Yeah, and then come over and subbed. I appreciate it.
I got some disease. Yeah, it's usually we go at like 9:00, 9:10, somewhere in there. But another channel that we are friends with goes at 8:00 usually, so I'm usually right after him. But usually, I mean, I don't know. We usually don't go for 2 hours. Usually, hour and 15. Sometimes
you guys take the show. If there's a lot of you here, we'll talk. If there's not so many people here and you're not really interested in what we're talking about, then we're not going to waste your time and we're not going to waste our time because we can do this backstage and we don't have to be live taking up airspace that somebody else might want to do. So you guys dictate it. I've seen 10 people here all night. So if there's 10 people here, I'm going to go all night. But eventually Headless will cut it out.
Yeah, eventually.
I haven't watched any Survivor yet.
You know what Chinese? Yeah, Survivor. I like Survivor.
Not yet. I'm waiting for Big Brother to finish, and then I'll binge Survivor to catch up live.
Yeah. I the other night it might have been yesterday actually. We watched Big Brother, and then it just started. like, you started playing the challenge, like the first episode, I was a little bit intrigued.
The challenge is brilliant. I watched the whole thing.
Is it what is it like obviously they're doing challenges, but they get voted out or no? Or they just earn points? They do get voted out.
They have to battle each other in a pit, like physical competitions, fighting each other, female on female or male on male, and it's like games that they play, and they literally have to fight for their own survival. And it's ex Big Brother players, ex Survival players,
I noticed
kind of players. It's really good.
Yeah, the dude, the one guy, I guess he's done it like 4 years in a row. The dude, they used to call everybody a meatball. What's his name? He's such a jack.
Bananas.
Yeah, that dude's a jackass.
No, Fessel.
I don't even know. It's the dude that calls. He called everybody a meatball.
Yeah, Fessel or something like that. Yeah, and there was Alyssa S in there, and there's some great characters in it. I loved it.
A lot of people from Survivor that, man, I remember they were a couple of those girls that won Survivor were a beast on that. I remember those. There's obviously a lot of people I don't even remember. Like, they're talking about like when MTV used to do this, and I'm like, I have no idea who these people are. But it's funny how, like, literally because of the show, they have like a career of doing something like this. It's kind of funny.
I'd love to have an odd week off, and I could show you the UK Big Brother, because I'd really love to get your perspective on what you think of the show compared to the American one, because it's such a different show with different rules and different structures. So I'd be interested. And yeah, Monty, it is the morning for me. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's early for me. You know that.
I was gonna say that we started early, and plus it's he's an hour. He changed his clocks an hour.
Yeah, my clocks went back.
So it's really early. Yeah, this was like a really early one for him today.
Started at midnight for me, which usually starts at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and we change our clocks back Saturday, so it's always like we get like 2 weeks where it's like an hour, like we're hour. You know, it makes it a little bit easier for you at least, but yeah. Anyways, I don't know anything else.
Did you make this background?
I did not make it, but don't tell you.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's a bit different, a little more retro. Yeah. I don't know if we can. I don't think I'll show the whole thing. I can't. Like, it's just a
drop
retro.
Us down off screen for a second.
So there you go. The Death Star was in there. It's kind of cool.
I love it.
Yeah. Amazing Race. I haven't watched that in quite a while. We used to watch it all the time. My biggest issue with Amazing Race, and I get it to a point, but I hate how like they eventually let them all catch up to each other at an airport or something like that. And I know you don't want to have one team that's way, way far in advance, but like I feel like that's the whole point of the show. Like, why do you have to win so many different legs? It's not really winning the whole race. I would like to see like, if I get
it's not an entertaining television show episode to episode if they know
if one team is blowing everybody away
is winning it.
Yeah. So I get it. They have to let them catch up or whatever. And at airports is usually where they catch up, because even when they do at checkup points, they can usually leave. They leave X amount of minutes earlier than the next team, so that's different. But like the airports, they always get them caught up at the airports.
Yeah, no, I'm stuck on Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen's back on. I'm a massive.
Yeah, we have it's like 5 or 6 on tape. We haven't watched all of that yet. We'll catch up on that. I still got to watch Loki.
Loki's fantastic, epic. I just watched episode 4 and it's absolutely epic. I can't wait for Friday for the next one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking because tomorrow I don't think I'm doing anything on YouTube. I'll probably make a few thumbnails and that's about it. But I think tomorrow I told her I said, well, see, here's the problem, dude. Like I have football then. Like I watch every football game. So we have football that starts at 8. So we could probably get 2. We'll probably get 2 in. We'll catch up this weekend a little bit. I don't think we got much going on this weekend. And I need to start watching Loki because I have not watched any of Josh's content because I don't want to get the spoilers because I want to go in with I want nothing.
Yeah, I've not done anything as well. My spoiler video didn't do very well, but what I'm going to do is just do a Loki in retrospect at the end of the season, and I'll do a 20-minute talking to camera how I thought about the whole show kind of thing.
Yeah.
Instead of doing Loki.
I kind of want to watch that last episode of the first season too, just to kind of like. I mean, did they pick up right where you left off?
Yeah, you need to with the Kang and all that kind of stuff. You need to.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm into Hell's Kitchen, I'm not going to culinary. So yeah, I will say though, as a trained chef, that it's not like that. Genuinely, Hell's Kitchen isn't a real portrayal on what kitchen life is really like. That's top tier Gordon Ramsay at the helm. Like you're gonna make mistakes. It's Gordon Ramsay, so just yeah, I wouldn't put Hell's Kitchen as your benchmark to what culinary school is like, because it's genuinely not.
Yeah. All right. Well, if there's not, you have anything else, brother?
No, don't forget to catch me on The Horseman on Tuesday night, where I'll be hosting on my channel. Jeremy will be returning. He'll have been on his cruise and he's back home. I'll be on the hot seat talking to you about why I don't like Grogu. So don't forget about that. We're going to be going over the Discord, maybe over the Facebook group as always. Yeah, we will be going over the Facebook group because a lot of people have shared their Halloween parts of their collection, which I asked them to. So stay tuned for tonight as well, because I will give everybody a new assignment for the next week. So we'll have 2 weeks of assignments to go over for the Facebook group. And where can you catch me more recently? So you can catch me tomorrow night over on Headless. No, not Headless. That's where I'm always at. You can catch me tomorrow night over at Tell Talks channel, over on the Tell Talks talk show, where I'll be joined by Tell Talks and Dino Joe 23. We're going to be talking about Five Nights at Freddy and all sorts of stuff. I know that they just went to a Comic-Con, and there's also another Comic-Con in the very near future for LFCC with Kit Harington and all those people.
Yep.
So yeah, stay tuned. Lots of content. I might drop a video tomorrow. I might not. Don't hold me to it. But you might see part 2 of Millport, where I cycle around the island. I know I've been holding on to that for a while, but I just go with the feelers these days and see what people are watching, see what people aren't watching. So if you see a notification, I'd appreciate it if you click it. If you don't, you can watch it whenever. But yeah, guys, cool. I appreciate you. And yeah, Headless, take us out, brother.
All right. Real quick before we get out of here, because right now channel memberships are suspended. So I do have Patreon set up. So I know a few of you guys are already in there, but there's the Patreon page, and there's 2 different memberships, and you can take a look here. When you do sign up for Jedi, after 2 months, you will get a pin, which is basically the value of the pin, which is nice. And I do have brand new pins being produced right now, so I should have those here in a couple weeks. Really excited. I did post a picture for patrons of the new pin as well. And it has my new updated logo and everything like that. So it's I think it's going to come out really, really well. And so then also,
have you figured out how you're working the new pins? Do all patrons get the new pin, or do we get them on our new tier or new month tier? Or...
I'm sorry, what was that? One more time. I'm sorry.
Have you figured out how you're going to work the pins? Do all patrons get the new pin, or is there like a thing where we'll get them on our next recurring month? Or
yeah, so patrons will all get it. I'll just start the 2 months over. It just helps with the cost, but everyone will end up getting it. Again, I'm not exactly sure. They said 4 to 6 weeks, but it's been like 2 weeks already in the process. So I'm just kind of waiting to hear back from them. Right now we're making the backing. We're trying to like come up with a design for it. And I know I talked to you. We're going to put the QR code for the channel on there. Yeah, so I think we're definitely going to do that because it just makes sense. And but like I said, yeah, it's I did post a little production picture over there, so you can check that out. And hopefully in January the channel memberships will come back. And I don't know. I mean, with everything that happened, it kind of makes me just want to still run both. I was thinking about switching over to just one or the other, but I do like Patreon because I can post videos there. Unedited videos and that kind of stuff. So I kind of like that aspect of it because the channel membership stuff you can, but you can't.
I would take your lower price tiers to YouTube and have them as members, and then maybe have a higher price tier over at Patreon for more dedicated fans. And then that way you've still got a backup if YouTube decide that they want to play funny games with you again.
Yeah, I could always disable the lower tier. But I don't know. That's something I can ask. Yeah, that's something I can also ask the community, obviously. Yeah. And then don't forget 10% off if you join Patreon. You get 10% off the merch store. So there's the merch store. I think there's like 12 items up here.
On my wish list for Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's more just helping promote the channel. I literally, guys, I honestly don't make a lot of money on this stuff. It's just, just if to help support the channel and just get the word out and stuff like that. So I know I actually have the hat and the hoodie. So I have that hat, and then I have, what hoodie do I have? I have this one here I bought. This one didn't have the writing. This is my original design, the black one here. And then some people said, what about a zip down? So I put the zip down one with the bigger logo on the back. And then I got some stuff for females. I got sliders, comes in all different colors. And then the little cap here. So yeah, I mean, so that's in the description as well. As soon as we get out here, I'll add that to the description because I'm not sure if it's there right now. Because usually I only put it in there when I talk about it in the videos. So, but anyways, yeah. So just something to take a look at.
Congratulations to Napadoon again on the race.
Absolutely. Yep. All right, guys. Like always, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. 2 hours, listening to me talk. You would think that my kids would listen to me talk, and they don't want to listen.
You'd enjoy this, right?
You're right, and I can't even get the kids at school to listen to me talk for more than 3 minutes without messing around. So but maybe I need to start. Maybe I just need to talk about Star Wars with them. Even though I do, honestly, I do. But yes, you too, Inside. Appreciate you, Umpty, Poppin, Simon, Quick was in here, Johnny, Christina Payne, Mark was in here. I don't know if I missed anybody else.
Inside the Box are going to do that right after this stream. So if you literally DM me on Instagram, RyanMilky14, I'll check out your stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I got your message too. So, all right, guys, we're out. For Ryan, I am Headless. We appreciate it. Keep those heads on. And like always, we will see you guys in the next video.
See ya.